Good morning, everyone. How is everyone? It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. How are we doing this morning? It's Tuesday. It's Super Tuesday. Get out to the primaries if you are into that. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been sending me messages about David Eason being David Eason. Now, if you have been living under a rock, we know that Jenelle and David are basically back together. She insists that he has a lot to prove to her and that they could go to counseling and, if they get back together, a lot would have to change and, all that, which is very, very vague. She also used the excuse that she has to consider the fact that she has renting a place in Tennessee while also having to pay for a home in North Carolina. Which I thought, that's weird. Why are you having to worry about paying for a place in North Carolina if you left him? Like, that should be his responsibility. If he can't pay for it, make him leave. That's just my thought. But all of that made people think that maybe this whole split was disingenuous. I don't have an opinion on that. Either way, I just think her excuses are ridiculous. But I also think that the excuse that she has two places and she has to consider how expensive that is, a poor excuse to get back together with someone. You don't get back together with someone because you can't afford to live on your own. Like, seriously. Especially if you are genuinely concerned about what's going on in your life and the, stuff that you told the court in November, Janelle. Just saying, just pointing out the obvious here. Okay, so a couple days ago, there was a video posted by Mr. Eason on Instagram, and the video has a lot of people up in arms. So many of you sent me the video. So many of you were like, I can't believe this. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? What are they doing? Why? What's wrong with the dog? No, right? Y'all were like crazy. I got so many messages, in fact, that I was like, I guess I'm going to have to do a video about this because so many of you were like, Katie, you need to talk about this. So I'll show you the video and I'll give you a little bit of backstory if you literally are coming here living from under a rock about Jenelle, but most of you aren't. We all know what happened last May or end of April with David Eason and a dog named Nugget. We also know how that specific scenario between Nugget and David ended, and we also know that was one of the reasons why Jenelle claims that she left David. And we also know that everything that had happened between the dog and Ensley was because Ensley had been in the face of Nugget, and a lot of people just didn't like the fact that she was so handsy and in the face of the dog without anyone supervising her while it was happening. So that's sort of the backstory, and then here's the video. It's cute, but if you know the backstory, it makes this video concerning, let's just say.
Give him some love. He's so sweet, right? So I give him all the love and is he your boy?
Yeah, he's my boy.
Give him some love. He's special. He's so nice, isn't he?
She's pulling on his ears, and the dog doesn't actually look happy right there.
Oh. Oh. He's special. He's gonna get you. He wants your love. Oh. He's gonna get you. He wants your love. He thinks you're yummy.
Okay, so that's the video. Now here's what people are not happy with. Now, first off, the dog doesn't look like super aggressive in this position, but we know that dogs are unpredictable, and we know that it was a similar situation that had occurred where Ensley had been sort of giving a hug to Nugget, and then Nugget got mad. And at one point, you can see that Ensley is sort of pulling on the dog's ears, and the dog looks a little bit agitated. We know that this is a very large dog. The breed of dog has a tendency to not always be nice, although the dog looks docile in this specific situation. It doesn't appear as though she's being, that she's getting the sort of, I don't know, supervision that she should be. So people believe that David and Jenelle have literally learned nothing, because a 3-year-old should not be like on top of a dog. A child should not be in the face of a dog. A child should not be pulling on a dog's ear. So this is what people were saying. And interestingly, on this photo, there were so many messages of people concerned. He ended up turning comments off. Then, let me just show you this. Justice for Nugget, which was one of those accounts that was started after everything happened, says, "We know why you have comments turned off on this post. This is the same scenario Nugget was in, and well, Nugget ended up dead. You're an idiot and I hate you." And that's kind of like the overall sentiment that people are feeling about this video. And people believe that, like, how do you put a 3-year-old in that sort of position again? Which I completely understand. I don't understand why they would even put a video like that up, but I don't think that David, like, literally cares. And it seems as though, you can't, I don't know. Fans are concerned that it'll only be a matter of time before something happens because of the pattern with these two of getting rid of dogs, or dogs suddenly disappearing, or dogs running away. And they're just they're worried that this same fate is going to happen to this dog because they're not properly teaching their daughter boundaries with the dog and safe handling with the dog. So the dog didn't look happy when his ears were being pulled, but I will say that. And then kids, she did basically the same thing with Nugget. So something that I've noticed outside of all of that is that they're just like back together like nothing's happened. She got another dog. She got a golden doodle too. And they're back in North Carolina. Like, they get so many pets that they can't keep track of, that they don't even take care of properly. I don't understand why people continue to get dogs when they don't know how to take care of the dogs. They don't know how to teach their children how to be around dogs. And then when the dog does something that they don't like, they just get rid of it. I don't get that. I have 2 dogs, as you can see, one down here and one on the couch. And we would never let our child interact with our dog that way, just because we know that one of our dogs, this one back here, can get a little bit irritated and scared. So they are a 100% big mess, absolutely. And I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. Are you concerned? Are you worried? Are you not worried? I would say overall, the video itself doesn't make me feel concerned for Ensley. But given the history, I'm concerned for Ensley, but I'm also concerned for the dog, because David doesn't seem to care that he has learned nothing. And because there's no accountability for what happened, he won't have to learn anything, because why would he, right? Why would he have to learn a thing if he didn't get in trouble the first time? Jenelle will not be back on Teen Mom 2. She was teasing a new project that she can't wait for everyone to see. Yay. And outside of that, I don't really know what else to say. Some fans are like really hard on Ensley, but I will say my only opinion here with Ensley is I hope they are doing something in relation to her speech. I really hope that they are maybe having her in school or working with like a speech therapist, because I've noticed that for a 3-year-old, she doesn't talk very much and she doesn't say a lot and she's hard to understand. So I do hope they're getting her, or they've had her evaluated, or maybe they should get her evaluated for that. That's just me with my mommy because I had a child with a speech delay. That's just me being like, I'm seeing things here that maybe Ensley needs to get helped. All right. Outside of that, dog speech. That's what I've got for today. What are your thoughts? Leave me a comment below. Bye, guys.